Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today we are doing the Dougherty dozen. Okay, I had to step in here for a second. This is an old video that I had in my thing I never put out. So I figured that you might enjoy it, and I'm going to put it out today. Enjoy. Today we are doing Brody's birthday. Now, Brody's birthday was, a lot of haters said a lot of things that I disagree on. Now, let's go back a little bit here. Okay. Now, let's see how they prep this table before the spaghetti bar. I believe that's what she was calling it. And what she's doing, oh, it's the wrong table. Oh, hold on. Okay, here we go. Now, they're putting tinfoil down first. They're putting, let me get rid of this volume. They're putting tinfoil down on the table first. And then they put a tablecloth over the tinfoil. And I personally, I see a lot of people doing this on family bloggers. Just about 10 did a charcuterie board. I know I'm saying that wrong, but she did it all over her counter. And what she did is she put the tinfoil down, then she put a tablecloth on top of it. So I see nothing wrong with this. Okay, now, I know there's a lot of people out there that are hating on it, and, you know, if you hate it, don't watch it. That's all I can say, guys. And yes, Brody asked for McDonald's and donuts and stuff for his birthday. Okay, it's his birthday. Let him have what he wants, you know. And yes, she did not spend as much as she did with the older. But think about it. He's autistic. You stimulate him too much, what's going to happen? You give him too much to do all at once. She did have another plan. She was going to redo the toy room for him, but that didn't go through. But if you have an autistic child, you do not want to stimulate them too much because they have a meltdown. And I understand why she did it like she did it. But all these haters are like, oh, this one got this one got that. Why don't Brody get as much? Now, Brody's a lot younger, too. So it's not just, you know, it's, look at the birthday boy. Oh, wait, I covered him up. Look at that hat. Each child is different. I say that all the time, you know. And yes, he did. He had cake for breakfast. You know, I believe she says this a couple times in her videos. Kids will be kids. And kids will only be kids once in their lifetime. Now remember, they have tinfoil under this. Then they have the tablecloth on top of it. I see nothing wrong with it. I actually thought it was a cool idea. I showed it to my children, and I asked them, if I do this for you, what would you say? Now, every single one of them said that they would enjoy it. They would like it. And they would think it was the coolest thing. Yes, she is taking sauce out of a jar and putting them on top of the noodles. But if you think about it, I was sitting here thinking, you know, I didn't understand that either. I don't think it's cold because I don't know, I might be wrong here. If her noodles are steaming hot, it looks like her meatballs are hot too because the way she's doing it. um, it'll warm up the sauce and it'll cool down the noodles. Now, if you're feeding a whole bunch of younger kids, you know how hard it is to cool off those noodles. Well, it's not really hard, but it's got to sit there and blow on them and wait and wait. Now, in my mind, this is not for the adults. This is for Brody. He's the birthday boy, and that's who they did this for. They didn't do it for all these haters out there to say all this mean stuff. They did it to make their son happy. And like I said before, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You know, if you don't agree with the way she's parenting, and you don't agree with the way she makes her meals, and you don't agree with how much of whatever she does, don't watch it. Now, watch this little boy's face. Ain't that all? He's the happiest kid alive. This was all done for him. And look how happy he is. And yes, he sat it back down, but you know, he's 6 years old. That is so cute. Now, they don't seem to have a problem with it. They're grabbing their food. They're going to go eat. They think it's cool. Now, tell me what child wouldn't think this is cool? In my mind, every child, you know. And she did have a lot of people over for his birthday. But it's a lot smaller than the other parties because he is autistic. She did have the ice cream truck, like she does with all the other parties. So, I'm sorry, guys.